Hey folks, it's Jonathan with Montana Fire Pits. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the material your fire feature will actually be built from and how it works best in your space. More specifically, we're going to talk about the differences between steel and concrete. Now we already know that the burner needs to be brass, all brass. A brass burner does not corrode or rust. It enables the use of high output, incredibly efficient jets, mixing air with oxygen to create the tallest, brightest, hottest flames in the industry. We know this. So now that we've all agreed that brass is the best material for the burner, what about the actual enclosure? How do we know what material is best for durability, beautiful aesthetics, and a long life and the best functionality? Now we're all quite familiar with the gorgeous and durable GFRC fire tables. The finish, look, colors, forms, all beautiful in their own right, to be sure. And just a refresher, GFRC stands for glass fiber reinforced concrete. It's like concrete, but with fibers mixed in, which makes a more durable version of concrete. However, steel is a material coming on the fire feature scene, proving to be a viable material for innovating, designing, and building lifetime custom outdoor gas fire features. You see, with steel, there's a few benefits that you may not have considered before. Customization. This is a big one. Since we use a CNC plasma table in CAD, we can simply draw and cut any shape, size, and design into our panels. We're able to truly create one-of-a-kind, unique fire tables like never before. So let's say you have a tighter space, but you still want a ton of heat. We can build it with a more narrow footprint and get a bigger fire inside. Let's say you want a ledge that's bigger than the standard 8 inches. You want more room for food or drink, no problem at all. Maybe you want it taller or shorter. All this is now possible with steel. Not only that, with steel you can create matching planter boxes, water features, side tables, privacy screens. Truly design build. Powder coating. Powder coating allows you to choose from literally thousands of colors, textures, and finishes to create durable, long-lasting finish. Not only can we match your decor perfectly, the finish is truly remarkable. You can get the deep, rich, authentic feel of the natural steel with a clear coat, with beautiful reflective properties and a pattern that is like no other. With powder coating, you can choose textured or smooth, glossy, or matte. Whatever color you can imagine, powder coating is truly incredible. Weather resistant and scratch resistant. Though it's good to know that high gloss colors may scratch a little more easily. Durability, care, and maintenance. Steel is strong. This seems like an obvious statement for sure, but it's true. Ultimate durability in any climate with little to no maintenance. You'll know it when you see it and feel it. This is not thin metal. We use 3/16 good old American steel, and it's not a tin can. It's like a tank. Rigid, unbreakable, you just can't hurt this thing. It looks incredible. And when sitting next to a GFRC unit, it looks as good, if not more refined and sleek. Ventilation. We've incorporated durable, non-marring adjustable feet, allowing our tables to rest securely and evenly on any surface. The other beautiful thing about such a simple addition as the feet is ventilation. By creating a gap at the base of the table, it creates a ventilation gap around the entire base perimeter. Perfect for propane-fueled fire tables. Weight and lead time. Even with 3/16 solid American steel, our steel tables weigh less than GFRC tables of the same size. And most importantly, lead time. We can design, fabricate, even custom tables in about half the time as a GFRC unit. Everything is sourced and hand-built right here by us in Montana, United States. Matching flush cover. We know that covering your fire feature is a great idea for many reasons. That's why we incorporate a matching flush mounted steel cover with every table. This allows you to even use the fire feature as an actual table for dinner. Then remove the cover, light it up, and laugh the night away with friends and family. So let's take 4 popular rectangular systems as an example. The Manhattan, the Lumera, the Anchor, and finally, the Olympic. The Manhattan has a nice hot tree-style burner, but because the burner sits higher in order to accommodate the heat, you can't use a flat cover. The Lumera, however, does have the option of a flat cover, but we use a slightly lower BTU burner to keep the sides from getting too hot. The Anchor has a wider footprint and so doesn't work great in tight spaces, and it also utilizes slightly less BTUs, but does work with a cover. The only fire feature to tick all the boxes is the Olympic. Because it's steel, we can get more heat inside, still use a flat cover, and we can make the burn area narrower in the case that you need less bulky fire feature. It's the best of all worlds. But again, sizing is customizable, so it's whatever you want. Heat transfer. We burned two similar models, steel version and GFRC. We burned it at full throttle for 30 minutes, and the heat retained by the top was only about 20 to 30 degrees hotter on the steel. Now that's negligible. Bottom line, you can control the heat. If you burn it hot for a long time, you'll need to just avoid sitting on the top. It'll burn your butt. It doesn't matter if it's GFRC or steel. In our tests, the top ranged from about 160 degrees to 240 degrees Fahrenheit. It's hot enough to cause some discomfort. Don't forget, we're dealing with fire here. So let's take a closer look at the newest steel fire table. We call it the Olympic. Olympic simply refers to the fact that it's rectangular in shape, right? Let's look at the finish, okay? This is a textured semi-gloss powder coat, okay? And the finish to me just looks absolutely fantastic. We still do have exposed edges, just very clean, simple lines. The cover, you can see that this cover fits perfectly the way that it should. We've designed these tables so that the dimensions work, right? It's easy to lift the cover out. We mount the burner 4 inches down. We give it a nice clean reveal all the way around so that you're not fighting the lid to try and find where it goes. Fits perfectly. We talked about the customization and CNC. This is a case in point. We just took a simple mountain scene and cut that panel out, but now we can back it up with weathered barnwood, with expanded steel, with patinaed steel. We can create virtually any look. If you want customization, it's names, it's images, it's patterns, it's designs, you get it. If you wanted to install LED lights up inside, we can do that, and it casts an amazing glow all the way around. Again, it just speaks to what's possible with this steel in about half the time. Let's talk real quick also about the top dimensions, right? This we call the ledge, right? We use a standard 8-inch ledge because after so long and so many fire tables all across the country, we've kind of landed on the fact that 8 inches is a happy medium. But with customization, we can make the ledge different dimensions, we can make the opening different dimensions, we can make the length by width, by height different dimensions. If you want this thinner because it's more for aesthetics, or it's taller, or it's meant to look like a planter box, something like that, we can make this ledge taller. We can make the front side thinner and the back side thicker. You get the idea. So now that we've got a good handle on steel and what's possible, let's just move right here, GFRC. So this is called a Lumera fire table. Again, very, very popular. Very beautiful, very durable. We've shipped a lot of these every place around the country. A few finer points about this. The finish is it's a softer concrete look, right? The edges kind of have a nice eased edge to them, but again, that's possible in steel. The opening is a little bit wider, the burner is a little bit thinner, just because the heat transfer from the flame to the side can get a little hot. And if you burn it too hot for too long, it may discolor. That's just a reality. Finished height on these things, about the same, 16 inches, right? It's a beautiful standard. These have a reveal built in. Ventilation is into the mold up underneath there. So ventilation is still taken care of, and you just have this sort of little toe kick created. Still a beautiful, clean, monolithic, sort of monochromatic. It's easy to design with. It's easy to visualize. And with our standard sizes, you can drop those standards basically into any design. But there again, with steel and customization, you can drop any dimensions into your design. So colors with GFRC. Steel, you pick one out of 6,500 colors and finishes of powder coating, done. GFRC, to customize is just more of a process. Still possible, just longer. So you're looking to really match the steel used on the outside of your home. You're really matching the tone of the dry stack fascia and wainscot. You're able to do that with powder coating. Still a great option, the colors are limited. So overall, the takeaway here is that you're designing a space. You're a designer, you're a builder, you're a homeowner. You can design more freely with steel. GFRC is still an amazing, rock solid, literally rock solid choice. The bottom line, here's the thing. You can't really go wrong with GFRC or steel. They're both amazing, durable. They weather nicely. They come in high-end finishes. They include the world's best burner system. If you want to get all of the beauty with extra functionality and the best heat to size ratio, steel might be what you're looking for. So we hope this helps you make the best decision for your space. Until next time, it's Jonathan signing out.